Story for the kids because los nenes deserve a nice story, all right? For all you parents out there that are keeping your kids inside and not taking them out. All right, the story that we're gonna read today is the story of the three bears by Robert Southey. Fíjate, he's a good writer. Okay, so once upon a time, there were three bears who lived together in a house of their own in a wood. I don't know like how you could live inside of a wood, but anyway. One of them was a little small wee wee bear, and one was a middle-sized bear, and the other was a great huge bear, which he was like pretty fat. He was like the fat one, I guess the father. They each had a pot of their porridge, a little pot for the little small wee wee bear, and a middle-sized pot for the middle bear, and a great pot for the great huge gordito bear. And they had such a they each had a chair to sit in. Like each of them had like their own beds to sleep in. Wow. Fíjate, it's like that must be the only things that they have because they had to point those things out. So one day, after they had made the porridge for their breakfast and poured it into their porridge pots, they walked out into the wood while the porridge was cooling, that they might not burn their mouths by beginning too soon to eat it. First of all, cuando yo cocino, everybody eats right away. I don't know about this. Let's put it on the table, let it cool down, and then, like, let's go take a walk or something like that. And while they were walking, a little girl called Goldilocks came to the house. Una presenta, right? Because nobody even invited her, but she just showed up on her own accord. First, she looked in the window. And then she peeped in the keyhole and seeing that nobody in the house, she turned the handle to the door. Ave Maria, how you gonna go to open somebody's door? You don't even live there. That's like mad disrespectful. So the door was not fastened because the bears were good bears who did nobody any harm and never suspected that anybody would harm them. So Goldilocks la pendeja opened the door and went in. And well, pleased she was when she saw the porridge on the table. I mean, Ave Maria. First she's gonna break in, and then she's just gonna go ahead and like freaking, eat their food. I mean, come on. You need to like, hello, like what's wrong with you? So she was in their bed, but the porridge looking tempting, and she said about helping herself. So first she tasted the porridge for the great huge bear, and that was too hot for her. And then she went and tasted the porridge for the middle bear, and that was too cold for her. And then she went to the porridge of the little small wee wee bear and tasted that, and that was neither too hot nor too cold and just right. And she liked it, so she ate it all up. Fíjate, right? She put her mouth on all the bowls, and then she got to the last one. You know how you gonna show up? You're gonna break into somebody's house, you're gonna eat their food, and then you're gonna complain about that shit? So then Goldilocks sat down in the chair of the great huge bear, and it was too hard for her. Then she went into the chair of the middle bear, and that was too soft for her. And then she sat down in the chair for the little small wee wee bear, and that was neither too hard nor too soft, but just right. So she seated herself in it, and there she sat till the bottom of the chair came out, and down she plump on the ground. Mira, se metió de presentar and she broke the chairs también. Le comió la comida. And now she's sitting in the chair. She's breaking the shit. That's mad disrespectful. Mira, if Goldilocks was to break into my house, I swear to God, I would take my earrings off, I'll put on my sweats, and I'll fight that bitch. Then Goldilocks went upstairs into the cuarto, into the bed chamber in which the three bears slept. And first she lay down upon the bed of the great huge bear, but that was too high at the head of her. And then next she lay down upon the bed of the middle bear, and that was too high at the foot for her. And then she lay down upon the bed of the little small wee wee bear, and that was neither too high or no at the feet, but just right. She covered herself up comfortably and lay there till she fell fast asleep. Mira, esta bien cómoda. So now la pendeja is sleeping, right? By this time, the three bears thought their porridge would be cool enough, so they came home to breakfast. Now Goldilocks, la pendeja presenta esa, had left the spoon of the great huge bear standing in his porridge. Bendito el bear dice, "Somebody has been in my porridge," said the great huge bear in his great rough gruff voice. And when the middle bear looked at hers, what did she say? She said, she saw the spoon that was standing in it too. She was like, "Mira, somebody has been in my porridge también." And the middle bear, in her middle voice, dijo. Then the little small wee wee bear looked at his, and there was a spoon in the porridge pot. Pero mira, the porridge was all gone. Y tú sabes lo que él dice? He says, somebody has been in my porridge and has eaten it all up. And the little small wee wee bear in his little small wee wee voice. So upon the three bears, seeing that someone had entered their home and eaten up the little small wee wee bear's breakfast, began to look about them. And when the little small wee wee bear came to look in his bed, there was a little pendejita in there. And then he was like, somebody's been lying in my bed, and here she is. But when she heard the little small wee wee voice of the little small wee wee bear, it was so sharp and so trill that it had awakened her once. Up she started, and when she saw the three bears on one side of the bed, she tumbled herself out the other and ran to the window. That bitch jumped out, I think. Se tiró. But the three bears never saw anything more of her. So the moral of the story right here is that you shouldn't be breaking into people's houses, especially if bears live there.